Well, I hope you had a great start to the new year. I sure have. I'm looking forward to 2020 as a year of just a lot of really great things going on with flowers. And so, as I'm looking at the new edition of the Canadian Florist magazine that says starting the year off right, and of course, the Florist Review with 2020, new year, a new decade, time to hit refresh. I think those are both absolutely some of the good way of thinking coming into 2020. And really, both of these magazine features article on Valentine's, how to design for Valentine's. I guess that's really the first big holiday of the year, and we're gearing up to it. And so we're going to be just launching just revealing the videos that go with that particular article in the magazine, the January issues. And I hope you will enjoy and that you will have an opportunity to be inspired by what I say, what I show. Hope you enjoy it. So I wanted to start the year 2020 with a fresh set of 3 designs that's suitable for Valentine's. And I'm designing in floral foam, but reduced amount of floral foam, using floral foam actually as a growing medium so that it actually, the foam surface is actually covered with beans, sprouting beans, so that you can see the surface as a sort of a growing medium. And so the first one with the basic design, the commercial design, I really actually created a sort of a grid or structure with red aluminum wire, flat wire, that was made in sort of actually created with a tatami method. And that sort of suspended over the surface of the sprouting foam. We are able to then design into the foam itself with the beautiful selection of flowers that I chose, with the peonies, the tulips, the ranunculus, etc. But the structure also holds few water tubes that has fresh water in there for tender materials such as the adiantum or the maidenhair fern, which is really doesn't respond well to designing in foam, so they are in fresh water. And so this way, it's a combination of different mechanics and techniques that allows for the look that we achieved. I think I was able to achieve sort of a wonderful 2-layer method, a layer of growth at the bottom with sprouting mung beans, and a layer of fresh flowers that's floating above that gives you the sort of levitated design kind of a look that really looks really different and exciting. So with the second design, which is sort of the advanced commercial, it's designed actually in a square clear glass dish, which usually you don't use floral foam in because of the clarity of the container. But in this case, because of the fact that the foam itself is covered with the lentil beans, which are sprouted. So the key is that you actually put the wet foam in, just a very reduced amount of foam, so that then it's covered with lentils, and it sits for a couple of days for the lentils to start sprouting, and then into which you design. And so this has an overlay of Middlino extender that's been covered with wet red yarn to give you that beautiful kind of arty heart shape that gives you the hint of Valentine's, sort of then also supported with the little wisps of Tillandsia xerographica, little curvilinear pieces, and with overlaid over beautiful selection of flowers that just short pieces that I actually design into foam. But the whole idea of the clarity and definition of the heart shape is possible because the background is just the sprouting lentils that gives it nice coverage over the foam completely so that you can see that beautiful stylized heart so clearly on the top. So my last design, I call it Graffiti Valentine because, and it is sort of my art interpretation, even though it's very flowery, but because of the graffiti element that I really created with the Middlino extender wrapped with red yarn again. and kind of creating sort of very stylistic heart combinations that mimics what graffiti actually lettering could look like. And so in this one, again, the container is filled only about 3/4 of the way up with foam, and then with the coverage on top of it with lentils, so that actually the surface of the foam itself does not have any sort of fillers to cover it up, but it's just the lentils that are sprouting. And that whole idea of coverage with lentils that is so special also is that it actually grows into the foam, and it makes even like every insertion of flower that's in this particular design even firmer and stronger, because of the root starts to wrap around the stems themselves, and it makes it very, very secure. It's a reduced amount of foam that we used, and the addition of the sprouting lentils or mung beans in the first case, actually what it does is help the breakdown of the foam quicker, so that it is makes it possible for the floral foam that some of the people out there are concerned about the use of, that it breaks down a lot faster with the roots embedded in it. So, this is a nice transitional design in where we're studying the viability of floral foam use in our designing. There's many of us that's being raised on designing in foam, and it's really hard for us to let it go completely for the sake of sustainable floristry. We want to look at ways to reduce. I think that's our number one mission, is reduce, reuse, recycle. So we're working with it to see what other creative ways that we can use foam, but in a reduced way. So we're starting 2020 off with that, and hope this will help you create some fun designs in the new year.